Well, a very good morning to you all. Thank you for joining us here on Special Stage. You're joining myself, Phil Bramhill, here for the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship penultimate round here in Cambrian Forest. So welcome along, everyone. It's a little bit on the cool side, slightly chilly this morning. I can see the other Special Stage team over in Elsie have had a little bit of sun this morning, so if you can send some our way, that would be great. But welcome along, everyone. Oh, sound's working, that's good. So, yeah, like I say, we are here in Cambrian Forest. I have my cameraman with me, Jamie, who will be bringing you the action, and I will be talking you through the day's events. Starting with a little bit of information for you regarding the championship and where we're at the minute. So, obviously, Pirelli Welsh Championship is what we're focusing on, and Matthew Hurst and Declan Deere currently leading the way in that championship, and have the opportunity this weekend to seal the deal with a high scoring result here. That should seal the deal for them in a similar way it did on the last year's championship. They followed almost identical routes to the position they're in at the minute. So good luck to the guys at the top of the order. We have a tight battle elsewhere though, and we'll go through some of the title contenders and what's going on. But we've got Russ Thompson, Steve Link. They finished second on all three Pirelli Welsh rounds that they've contested so far this year. Strong performances from these boys, looking to finish the season off in a good point scoring fashion. Martin Andrews, well, he's been a bit of a revelation this year, I have to say, in the OP Oils Subaru Impreza. The crew with Steve Greenhill alongside has piloted that car to the Welsh Challenge title already, and are currently lying second in the overall standings. Simon Rogers, another driver to keep an eye on, driving the ex-Jari Mattia Mitsubishi Evo, co-driven by James Howe. The crew have finished, let's have a look here, fourth three times so far. So consistently there or thereabouts. Would be great to get them on the podium, wouldn't it, for the penultimate round of the championship. Last round down in the Wydene, Forest of Dean stages. Hasn't run for a couple of years, but a fantastic rally down there. So a great way to round the season off. So a couple of good results there from Simon would be great. Colin Minton is partnered by the newly crowned Pirelli Welsh Junior Co-Driver Champion Bonnie Papa. They'll be also aiming for a good result this weekend in their Ignition Motorsport Ford Fiesta R5. Growing in confidence throughout the year, and as you've seen from probably some of the results if you've been watching throughout the year, performance has been getting quicker and quicker as well. So yeah, everything moving in the right direction for Colin. Daniel Moss, Samuel Davies, hoping to bounce back from retiring on the Woodpecker. They had an issue in their Evo 10, but with drop scores taken into account, they're not too far away. Woggutting and Bob Stoko, fourth overall in the Jeff Jones prepared Subaru Impreza. I can just make out an engine note in the background. So we've got one of the quiet little minis coming through first. So I wanted to start the stream and bring you some information, but our first crew are on their way. I can just hear them in the distance. Let's have a look at everything else then. So we have got Callum Griffiths, co-driven by William Lewis, leading the category in the on the pace note supported Welsh Junior Championship. Let's have a look. Callum's brother Liam is currently third, further 2 points behind Sam Mason. So that's the top three in the juniors. Gethin Price is currently fourth in that category. Dylan Fowler Bishop, he's got the outside chance of taking the junior title as well in the restruck Nissan Micra, as has Luke Watts as well in the MGZR. They're all gunning for that junior title. I think there's 5 crews still within a chance of that, so that's fantastic. What a great championship that's been throughout this season, and you'll see these boys coming through shortly. Awesome to watch. Certainly the two STs, I've sort of banged on about these guys all season. They've been my crews of the year. I think they've both been pushing each other really hard all season in these two similar Fiesta STs. So keep your eye out for them boys when they come through. Who else have we got then? So, moving into the Hockley Motorsport supported two-wheel drive category in the Roberts of Festiniog G3 Escort. Ewan Rowlands and Daniel Jones lead that championship, or that category at the minute. Jeff Phelps is just 8 points behind them. He has an unblemished finishing record so far this season in the stunning Mark II. I look forward to seeing him out again. Boyd Kershaw, Keegan Reese remain in a strong position in the two-wheel drive category also. They've won the class 3 times and retired twice, so consistency not quite there. Boyd making his return to the stages this year, so great to see him back out again. The Flying Kiwi in the Escort Mark II. Ricky Crone is behind behind Boyd in 5th after a trio of good results in the Toyota engined Mark II Escort, co-driven by Van der Vine. Let's have a look. So, Tim Phelps, Elwin Manuel in the W12 class in their Brit Part sponsored Escort Mark II. But we're only 5 points ahead of defending champions Andrew Fox and Jamie Lee Fox in the BMW, or similar BMW. Dan Chesters and Paul Barbett in that lovely looking E30 BMW, rounding out an excellent season for them so far. Everything's still up for grabs in the Welsh historic classes. We've got the David Stokes Historic Challenge Award for drivers and the Guy Weaver Award for co-drivers. Lots of battles still going on in that one. Julian Burley, Emil Hall in the Talbot Sunbeam, Mark and Deborah Tugwell, Ian Beveridge, Paul Price. So Andrew Stokes and Johnny Tad Evans arrive in Llandudno with a healthy class lead thanks to the wins and the 3 second place finishes. Another good result from them will see them secure the title in the historic class. So lots going on. Apologies if I've missed anything there. I'm just trying to quickly flick through because I can hear the cars getting closer and closer. But a big shout out to the organisers here, the Cambrian, or Visit Conway Cambrian Rally. Fantastic job of putting these stages on. Always a brilliant event. I think Matt Hurst summed it up in one of the press releases earlier this week, where he said that the event it's always changing, always evolving, and every time we come to the Cambrian, similar area of the country, but always different challenges, different stages, different layouts. Never the same stage twice. So yeah, fair play. It's a great event to come to. It's a pleasure being here, and even the great Mr. Hollywood himself, Petter Solberg, commented on how good things were last year when Oliver was out here driving as well. So nice to see him back in Wales. Not here this weekend, but we will have maybe more rally royalty being crowned after this weekend on the Pirelli Welsh Rally Championship. More noises in the distance now. You may be able to hear them over me. You can hear cars are on the way through the stage. We are around about, I would say, 6 miles into an 8.3 mile stage on a fantastic little section that looks fairly new to rallying here. We've had some big wind turbines put in over the last few years, which has given us some new roads around the Clocaenog Forest, and this particular stretch of road has been felled as well, so it's a new site for everybody, this section of stage. Fast flowing section. We've got a quick approach into a left-hander over a crest, which you need to have your wits about as you come into view, and then you will be flat towards us, snaking your way past us, and then braking for a tricky little right-hander just after our camera position there that Jamie's going to show you. Can't quite see a lot of it on the camera. That bend there just tightens up in the distance. It's a sneaky little one, that one. So we'll keep an eye out on everyone's performances, and we will bring you all the action from stage 2 of this year's Visit Conway Cambrian Rally. If you haven't done already, make sure you click on that notification bar, and feel free to get in touch with us as well. I'd love to hear from you. Share the link far and wide. Okay, first crew. Typical, no time for them through the first stage. They're being caught anyway. That was Julia Perry in the co-driving seat. Get yourself sorted, Phil, get yourself sorted. Right. Wesley Guildford and Julia Perry first through in their Mini Cooper. And then chasing them down hard, George Andrew Clark. The wind is getting me, blowing me paperwork everywhere. George Andrew Clark and Roger Burkill in their similar BMW Mini. Can everyone hear me okay? Is the sound coming through okay? Just hearing that your sound, check your sound, okay. Gordon Davies, Jack Morris. Annoyingly, that's me watching myself. Okay. Do let me know in the comments if there is a problem with the sound. I will do my best to fix that. I can't see any issues at the minute. I'm trying my best to check that out as we go. But yeah, bear with me on that one. Let me know in the comments anyway if it disappears again. So, yeah, we just saw car 220, Gordon Davies, Jack Morris. They were the first. Well, Jack Morris is a Welsh Championship navigator. You hear the whine of the Mini supercharger. Just try and sort this microphone out because someone else is saying now. Bear with me one moment, please, guys. Okay, nothing obvious with the leads or anything like that. So bear with us. They can hear me in Saudi Arabia, so that's good. I don't know whether that's with or without microphone, but anyway, thank you, David, for letting me know. Ian says sounds alternates between mono and stereo. Sees me sitting by the fire. You should be out, Ian. This isn't too far for you. You can come out on this one. Thank you for joining us. You are coming and going as if your mic is under your coat. Okay, sound is clear here. It sounds okay on my phone. That's my worry. Yeah, you're right, Trevor. The joys of technology. When you think you've got it all sorted and you're all set up and it all lets you down at the last minute. Too late for that, Mr. Cook. I've already had my bacon sandwich this morning. Me and Jamie were up and at it nice and early this morning, weren't we, mate? Getting ourselves sorted. Had our bacon and coffee. 225, John Day, Russell Thompson in their BMW, and they're being caught. By Mick Smith and Paul Michael Stringer. So I'm just trying to see if I can figure this out. Bear with me. I'm going to try and just shorten this mic lead a little bit and see if that removes any of the issues. Maybe it's part of the lead, so bear with me. See if this makes it any better. we'll let this car go past and we'll see how things are. See if it's any better. Change the microphone lead. Slightly shorter now. I'm stood on Jamie's shoulder a little bit, but okay. Let's see if this makes it any better for us. That's Gareth Humphries, Adam Burkill. Another of the minis. Should be one of the last of the minis, actually, to be fair. And, nice to see them out competing. Getting a good run on some classic Welsh stages as well. It's been a great little championship, that mini championship this year. Okay, let's see how things go with the mic and the sound now. Let's see if it improves now that we've shortened the lead, and hopefully that alleviates any of the issues. 2-on-5, Giles Armitage, the first of the Armitage clan, with Josh Rhodes alongside in their 205. Okay. Adrian, no, we're not actually anywhere near the valleys, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it's very much Walters Arena up here, isn't it? No, these have been put in Clocaenog Forest up in North Wales, these wind turbines. And yeah, very similar. We will be down in Walters Arena and in the valleys next month for the Roger Robert Clark Rally, which we're looking forward to. But at the minute, we are very much focused upon the north of Wales. Okay. Products coming in, things are getting a bit better. Daniel Shalev and Fiona Crump in the 1600 Ford Fiesta. Thank you, Phil. Things are looking a little bit better now with the sound, so that's good. We'll do our best to bring the best possible coverage. You can hear my phone in the background. I'm just trying to make sure that everything's working from my point of view as well. I'll turn that off now and I'll rely on you guys again. So yeah, keep me informed as to what's going on sound-wise. So, just look at flicking the page on the entry. I've gone old school this weekend with paper. Two on four, that's Rory Jones and Tom Hughes in the MGZR. Big shout out to the sponsors: Johnson Jones Engineering, Nev's Garage, Auto Top Signs, ABC Auto Electrical, and DL Hughes. And, give a little shout out to the people who help out there. So thank you very much, guys. Manta Andy, greetings from Belgium. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate your comments and thank you for tuning in. Sounds on song. So, right on cue, Tom Burley. There is Julian Burley and Emir Hall in the Talbot Sunbeam, 1600cc, running in the H2 category. Big cheer for Dad from Tom there as Julian goes past. They're going well. Nice line over the crest. Another Welsh crew, Kelvin Evans, Ifan Rowlands in their Nissan Micra. Hard charging Nissan Micra as well. Thank you, Ian, that's nice to hear. I'm glad the sound sorted itself out a little bit. Eddie Eagles is watching from South Wales. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks for joining us. So it's clouding over a little bit more. If anything, it's cooling off as well. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to get a little bit brighter as the day went on, but yeah, great to hear the cars flat out over the hill behind us. So this stage is being run twice today, two slightly different formats. So the first stage that's being run through here, stage 2, is around about 8.3 miles and will be joined onto the Brennig stage for this afternoon to give them one long 13.8 mile stage, which will be great for the crews to get their teeth into. Last stage for the Welsh Championship crews on this event. It will be the sting in the tail, let's say. Luke Watts, Matt Rogers in that MGZR doing battle for the Junior Championship this weekend. As are most of these crews actually thinking about it when I look at the engine now. Gethin Price, Sean Rowlands. Trying hard in the little wide arched Micra 1400. I think everyone's got a little bit of red mist this morning. They're all on a charge, trying to put their mark on the event early and try and get a healthy advantage going into this afternoon stages. So great to see these juniors in the 1400 category cars dancing their way through these stages. A few more shout outs coming in. Thank you guys, appreciate all this. It's great to see people watching and to hear your thoughts on the coverage, so thank you very much. Ed James up next in the Micro Kit car, Charlie Mason alongside. That's car 209. Tuning in from London, South Wales, New Zealand, all around the world. Thank you guys. Will Banks is watching. Morning Phil, great coverage. Thank you very much, Will. Cheering on everybody. You should be here. Why aren't you here? Come on, Will, what's happened to that Nova? Loved seeing that Nova out on the stages this year with Sam. It needed a little bit of TLC, didn't it? I remember talking to you about it. We'll see you out again soon, I'm sure. Mark Lewis, brilliant to see Clocanog back in use. Great fast stages, and the stage is looking in mega condition. Yeah, it is. You know, there's, like I said before, there's been a lot of work in this forest, and we've missed it from rallying for a couple of years, haven't we? We've been in and out in bits and bobs of it, but not really any sort of real, proper, lengthy stages. So this is great to be back out into some real good forest. 207, Lewis Hooper. Rhys Edwards, a man who certainly knows how to pedal a Micra. He's been impressive and on it all year. I have to say a big shout out to the banner crew as well. We arrived here this morning and we got ourselves set up and looked at where we were going to be filming and try and bring the best shot to you. And the banner crew had already been through and set all these banners up for us in front of us. So big shout out. I know they want to get the best coverage they can, but they've done a great job. It looks brilliant, doesn't it, with all the banners, cars coming through. So top job, boys. Chris Greenall, James Greenall, and the 1400 Nova. So yeah, Will just saying there, he's had 2 engine rebuilds and a gearbox. Takes away any of my entry funds. I can imagine that would take quite a bit of funding to sort that out. So I'm glad you're getting it sorted. But the Nova will be back in 2024. So good stuff. We'll look forward to that. Richard Jordan, what stage is this? Richard, this is stage 2. It's spelt Craig, but I think it's Craig. That's my horrendous Welsh for you. I believe it means rock, but the Welsh people around the world will be able to tell me otherwise. But yeah, this is stage 2 of the Visit Conway Cambrian Rally. Ashley Francis Adams, Mark Ammons dancing the little micro, and the non-wide arched micro through the stages, going well as well. Shout out to Scotty Honeybone over in Christchurch, New Zealand. Awesome coverage. Bring on the Roger Albert Clark. Can't wait to watch the live coverage. Yeah, it's going to be an adventure. We've been talking about it for, it seems like forever, and it's getting closer and closer, and we have got such a great event lined up, and Special Stage will be bringing you all the coverage from the event, and we've got so many exciting things that we're working on, and it's going to be like I say, not just a rally but an adventure, a real adventure. And for the people who unfortunately missed the sort of first time round for the long rallies, the big 5-day 6-day marathon rallies that were around 70s, 80s, 90s, I unfortunately didn't get to go and see motorsport as it was back then. So we did it a couple of years ago, and I mean I've done it nearly every year, but last year it really felt like a proper adventure. I loved every minute of it. The trouble we had in the forests with the weather, and just the road sections and the ice and everything. It was just a fantastic event. So looking forward to that one. So that was Dave Brick and Freddie Brick. And just before them, you saw Dylan Fowler-Bishop, Dan Evans come through. And Dylan is currently 1 point ahead of Gethin Price in the juniors, so leading the juniors by just 1 point. Fantastic battle on our hands. Big shout out to everybody else that's joining us. We'll be bringing you all the four-wheel drives very shortly. But, the last of the two-wheel drives on its way to you now. This is the Jenkins family, Nigel and Karen. Going well in the Nova. Great to see. So, short and sweet, really, to start with. That was a little taster of what's to come. That was the two-wheel drive and 1400 section of the Visit Conway Cambrian Rally for 2023. We're going to very quickly cut the stream. You'll have enough time to possibly pop the kettle on. You might have to bring the kettle into the lounge when you watch it on the telly. But we'll be back in around about 2 or 3 minutes with the four-wheel drives. Don't want to miss that. We've got some fantastic crews on their way to us. So please stick around. I will share the stream shortly. If you haven't already, click on notifications and make sure you don't miss a moment of the action. But for now, we'll see you very soon. Someone sneaked a Land Rover in. I'm glad I didn't press cut on the stream then. I was just hovering over the button when I heard another engine. Bear with me while I thought the Land Rovers came through at the end of the field. If they put them in now instead? I'm confused. Nobody tells me these things. Okay, let's hold fire one moment on the on cutting the stream. Apologies if you've gone to make a brew and then you just come dashing back. Let's just see what happens. I've got a list of Land Rovers. I always thought they came through after the four-wheel drives. These must be the two-wheel drive Land Rovers. So I'm pretty sure the first one through was car 63, which was Ross Clements and Christopher Lear. That can't be right. David Beecroft. There we go, look at the wrong name. Right, so David Beecroft, Fraser Parish in the Land Rover Bowler Defender 90. They came through first Land Rover. Second Land Rover through was Daniel Beecroft and Philip Gillespie. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got another 5 or 6 to come. So let's see what happens here. I think we're going to say drive. Was very late on the brakes. That got me looking down the road then. Very late on the brakes, yeah, fair play. Miles Williams, Andy Dennis, last of the late breakers. The bowlers are running ahead of the main field. Thank you, Paul, for that. It's nice to know. I'll bear that in mind for the next stage when it won't catch me out quite as quickly. Neil Matthews joins us. Thanks, Neil. Welcome along again. We've emptied the bacon. The pack of bacon is sat redundant at the back of the car. We had that this morning now, mate. We're all good for bacon today. Got one up on you, I think, there, haven't we? Car 68. Richard Wynne-Williams and Matthew Lowe. Braking a little bit earlier this time round. Slightly more sensible, I think. Miles didn't have the brake lights on until well past us. These guys have all had the brakes on before then. So nice to see the bowlers out. Matt Jackson was the first bowler through. He came through before the competitors as the zero car. Great to see Matt behind the wheel of a competition car. He's currently building a micro kit car as we speak. Can't wait to see that out. So we have got a couple more cars to come. Like I say, we're going to have a very short break then. We'll be back live with the main field, all the four-wheel drives. And you won't want to miss that, trust me. Some top flight cars coming through here very shortly, and they will be well worth a watch. Be interesting to see the difference as well. I've got the British Championship joining us this weekend on the Visit Conway Cambrian Rally, and it'll be great to see. Obviously, they've done a recce of these stages already. They've been out yesterday and Thursday testing, I think, as well, and they'll be up to speed straight away with this event. It'll be nice to see the lines through these bends where they can place the cars. They should know every inch of this road now. Okay, next to the Land Rovers then. Powering the way through the stage. Car 69, that's Paul White and Peter Wilson. All these cars are Bowler Defenders, all 2 litre, pretty much identical vehicles. It's been a good championship actually this year for them. They've found the feet a little bit more, I feel, this year, and yeah, I don't dislike seeing them out on the stages when they're competing. The competition's been fierce as well. Everyone trying hard, and great camaraderie between the teams as well. If someone has an issue, then they're more than happy to stop and help each other out and pull each other out of the ditches. Car 70, Jorma Jokela and Janne Jokela, Finnish crew, another of the late breakers. The lights were on, but it just wasn't slowing down until last minute, was it? There, so anyway, got it stopped. Like I say, it's a tricky little bend, this one after us here. Can't quite see it. We were hoping to sort of set up on that bend to see all this section, but we couldn't do it. So we preferred this shot. We thought it was a much nicer shot. Shows the pace and the undulations in front of us, and we can just pan round and see the cars disappearing out of view. So yeah, it's a great little bit of stage, this. Okay, 3 more Land Rovers to come then, and this should be car 71, the car of Vanessa Ruck and Chris Cumming. Vanessa going well. Sponsored by the Girl on the Bike Racing. Big shout out to Paul Morris, who's watching us. Thank you, Paul, for joining. Sat at home, staying nice and warm. Working on plans for next season. There's work cut out, no doubt. I bet it's not a leisurely Saturday morning for him anyway, put it that way. So, Gareth Bent, Paul Hulston, and then Ed Williams and Jordan Olbury due through. And then, like I say, we're going to have a very short break. Pop the kettle on and get yourself a cup of tea or coffee, and then we're ready to go again in about 5 minutes' time with the main field. A little bit of a gap whilst we wait for Gareth. I will have a quick look here and see if I can find any times for this stage, for these guys that have been through so far. So I do indeed have times for this stage. So stage times. Nigel Jenkins, Karen Jenkins, car 201, leading the way with a 9:29.4. Dave Brick and Freddie Brick in the Nova, similar to Nigel and Karen's. 11.6 seconds back. And then Dylan Fowler, Bishop and Dan Evans in the Micra. They are a further 9.7 back. Equal 4 through the stage. Ashley Francis Adams, Kelvin Evans in the 2 Micras. Setting times of 10 minutes, 0.1 for the 8.4 mile stage. And then we're looking down to Ed James in 6th in the Micro Kit Car. Chris Greenall and James Greenall in the Nova. Gethin and Bryce. And then Lewis Hooper and Giles Armitage in that 205. So 14 times through for this stage so far. Next stage is only half a mile on from the end of this one, and that is the Brennig stage, which takes you out the back of Clocaenog and then over to the dam, and you run down the bottom of the dam and then over to the visitor centre where all the VIPs are. So if you're watching in the VIP area at the dam, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you're having a lovely day. Stay nice and warm in the VIP enclosure, and hope you're being treated well and you're having a great time. Welcome to rallying. If you haven't been involved with the sport before, I hope this is something you're enjoying. Hope to see you out on the stages again. So that's the last of the bowlers. Car 73, Ed Williams and Jordan Olbury, and before that we saw Gareth Bent and Paul Hulston through as well. That rounds us off for the whole of our two-wheel drive field now. Or does it? I've got another one listed actually. Got to be it, hasn't it? Got to be it. Catherine McCourt won't run through in that category. We're running through the main field. Okay, so we're going to cut the stream and we'll be back very, very shortly. Please join us again for the second part on